Guys, I got to cover something. I got to go back on something. I just uploaded a video, kind of touching the base on this, but I want to talk more about it. You know, um, Mikey Garcia, the Matty Badger, right? Um, he believes that he can beat Earl Spence. Dude, I got to tell people that's not impossible. That's not impossible. And really, the fighter really he did not call out is Terrence Crawford. You know what I mean? If you think about it, he lost to Terrence Crawford in the amateurs. Okay. Now, I don't know how many fights they fought, but I know they fought at least once. And the fight that I do know of, which was talked about on Twitter, that, Garcia said, hey, Terrence Crawford was running and he was just scoring off points, and he made it a difficult fight and I couldn't really get to him. In other words, when fighters say that, for other fighters ran, because Canelo said that about Lara, didn't he not? You know what I mean? And Pacquiao said that about Mayweather, did he not? See, what happens is, certain fighters get frustrated when they won't, when another fighter won't fight the way they want them to fight. It does not work that way. You have to adjust to a fighter's style. You might hate the way a fighter fights, but you're in the ring with that fighter. That fighter won't move to the right, you know. So, and then you can cut off the ring with a left hook. You know what I mean? He's not going to do that. He's smarter than that. It's a thinking game in there. It's all about mental. Boxing is mental. So if a guy does not like a certain thing, you're going to do more of it and going to frustrate him. That's all strategy. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, Mikey Garcia more than likely got frustrated with Terrence Crawford when they fought. I haven't saw the fight, but Terrence Crawford, he told and he informed Mikey Garcia, hey, if you got this tape like he claimed, show everyone, and we'll see how much I ran right upside your head. I remember that. I remember the Twitter beef. So, but of course, conveniently, Terrence Crawford is not the guy that Mikey Garcia is calling out. He's calling out Errol Spence. And there's a reason why. He doesn't move as much. He doesn't have as much head movement. Stuff like that. Yeah, he's a hard banger and stuff but he might be the perfect recipe for Mikey Garcia. You know what I mean? But Mikey Garcia knows his own inner demons. He knows, rock, scissors, papers. He's the rock. Crawford might be the damn paper. You know what I mean? So, I look at it like that, man. He's calling out, hey, I want to fight. I want to fight Spence. You know what I mean? But like, why Spence? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, everybody, are you crazy? But everyone fails to realize that Spence, besides him beating Kell Brook, he has a pretty decent resume, but he's still avoided as a fighter. This would be different if he already fought Garcia, Porter, Thurman, or somebody like that. That gives him another dynamic, gives him another style, someone else that's on that level. You know what I'm saying? Not a smaller Lamont Peterson. Someone that's that size on that level. Okay, that would be different if he fought them and proven himself to everyone that, hey, this guy belongs here. He's just unavoided. Newsflash, guys. Unavoided does not mean that you're the most gifted. It means you're just the most avoided. It doesn't mean anything. That's all that means. They don't want to fight you. Like, no, I don't want to fight this guy. There's no money in it or whatever the reason. I'm just ducking because he might beat me. Whatever the reason is, whatever the concern is, they're not trying to get in there with Errol Spence. Luis Ortiz was unavoided. He was the boogeyman, but that doesn't mean that he couldn't get beat. You know what I'm saying? And Luis Ortiz has a loss on his record by the hands of Deontay Wilder. And he was avoided by a lot of fighters, I feel, So just because, back to Spence, another aggressive southpaw, okay, that's unavoided, that's undefeated as of now, doesn't mean he can't be beat. A lot of guys, they sit there and they're criticizing Mikey Garcia. You got to look at the way Mikey fights. He sets the jab. He sets the right up with that perfect jab. You know, he finds that as a rangefinder. Errol Spence is an aggressive guy that likes to probe with his right jab. Sometimes he kind of paws with it. Sometimes he chops with it. And he's a pretty good fighter. He comes in a with like body assaults. Some Terry Norris style. Hagler style body shots, vicious. And he commits to them, but I think he overcommits at times and leaves openings. You know what I mean? And a guy that's coming with a straight, perfect right hand like Micah Garcia, yeah, I can see that. That's a perfect puzzle piece. A aggressive southpaw versus a conventional guy that takes his time and sets up his shots. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I could see him, Mikey, doing that all night. But these guys have to fight. You know what I mean? So, but again, there's more to it. You know what I mean? There's more to it. Of course, you got Terrence Crawford there, and he didn't call out Terrence Crawford. And there was a reason. I did a video on this, and I went into depth. But, I just want to clarify that a lot of guys that talk about Spence, Spence is a good fighter. He's proven himself thus far. He's proven to be good enough fighting the opposition that he's fought to be unavoided, for guys to be like, no, I don't want none of that right now. I want to see what else he does with someone else. You know what I mean? I want to see what else he has to offer, or does he expose himself any fighting someone else, not me. You know what I'm saying? So, but that doesn't mean that he's indestructible. It doesn't mean he's not beatable. And that's all I'm saying with that, man. And Mikey has a valid shot, and I hope the fight happens sooner, not later, since it has been postponed. But I just wanted to wrap with you guys and let you guys, talk to you guys about that a little bit. But anyway, this is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News. Please subscribe, and you guys been counterpunched. Peace.